has some good news, no matter what. I'm seeing Associated Brands had their anniversary, and I think they have been around for a long time, you know. So let me see what again. Sometimes when I download these articles, sometimes I don't get a chance to actually read it in full. So I see celebration, Associated Brands, anniversary. I say, yes, celebration time. So this is November the 21st. Associated Brands celebrate 50th anniversary. It's a readable. It's readable, so I guess I'll let it read so I don't have to read. Or is it? I skip ad. Let's see what it says. What is just a minute? You know what? I'm seeing Atala speaking. Okay, right. Let's.
Yeah, tonight, as we celebrate our past, we also look forward to the future. This year marks both the 50 years of success of the ABL Group and coincidentally my 80th birthday. Somehow or the other, I feel the time has come for the next generation of leadership to step forward, don't you? After much reflection and discussion with my family and our board, I have decided to step down as chairman. I do so with immense pride, knowing that the company's future is in the best possible hands. It is my honor to announce that my son Nicholas has been appointed chairman of the Associated Brands Industries Limited Group of Companies. Nick, please stand. Nick, will you stand, please? Nick, I've watched you grow into an extraordinary leader, and I have every confidence that you will lead this company with the same passion, integrity, and vision that has brought us here. I know the future is bright under your leadership, and I look forward to seeing where you will take us next. Ladies and gentlemen, experience is the greatest teacher of all. However, the true value of that experience lies in the ability of the younger generation to harness it with their youth and their passion. As I reflect on my journey, I am confident that my 50 years of experience will serve as a guiding light as we continue
Twice is a charm. If by chance it goes back down, it means I'll have to use my handset and then I'll just, because this is the same phone I was used to store and do my research on, I would just have to ad lib, just talk over the top of my head. So yeah, you all back? So as I was saying, I'm going to, let me see if I could recite the anthem. I'm playing it over because I really like to have my anthem and everything start over. So here goes. Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. I really hope I said the whole thing only. Did I say it correct? Or you all want me to play it over, Lord? Father, it's one of those Fridays. If I did not, my apologies, no disrespect to our anthem. It's just one of those days. And the pledge, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I'll honor my parents, my leaders, my teachers, my elders, and those in authority. I'll be clean and honest in all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. And I'll strive in everything I do to work together with my fellow men of every creed and race for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of my country. So even though I may not have gotten all the words of the anthem correct, because I thought it finished really quickly, I knew I have the pledge down pat. So people, as I say again, it's another week has finished and there's always something to celebrate. So I'm not going to play what you're saying again. I'm just going to read it, which is a little shorter. So this has to do. Hi, Roxanne. Yeah, let's go, darling. Let's go. I hear you. God is me. One of my biggest supporters, to give me that motivation. So again, this is Associated Brand celebrates the 50th anniversary. Associated Brand groups of companies celebrated a significant milestone with a special long service award ceremony held at the National Academy of Performing Arts, where they honored employees who dedicated a decade or more service to the company. The event marked the company's 50th anniversary and celebrated the exceptional contribution of 472 employees from its Trinidad and Tobago workforce across its 4 divisions: Charles, Candy, Sunshine Snacks, Consolidated Biscuit, and Universal Food Limited. Representing 28% of the company's 1,700 strong workforce in Trinidad and Tobago, these honorees embody the dedication and commitment that have fueled ABIL, that's Associated Brand Limited, growth and success over the past half century. Among them, 15 employees were celebrated for 40 years or more of dedicated service, and 4 remarkable individuals commemorating over 45 years with the company. In his opening remarks, Nicholas Lovejack, Chief Executive Officer, highlighted that having nearly 500 employees with 10 or more years of service is a strong testament to employee loyalty and retention. He emphasized that this level of dedication, particularly within a competitive market, is notable given the global trend of declining employee tenure in recent years. This high retention aligns with well and best practice, contributing to a positive company culture and potentially setting a benchmark within the FMCG industry in the Caribbean. He added that ABIL looks forward to the next 50 years. The company remains committed to fostering a supportive, vibrant workplace that celebrates both individual and collective achievements. Arthur Lovejack, founder and chairman of the company, announced that he'll be stepping down as chairman of ABIL and will be passing the baton to his son Nicholas. He also expressed heartfelt gratitude to employees for their efforts in bringing the company this far. He said, "This event is not only a celebration of our company's achievements, but also a tribute to the people who have driven our success over the years. Their commitment is the cornerstone of our progress and the heart of our company culture." To have employees stay with you so long in a company is a testament really to the way you treat your employees, the kind of standards that you set, the type of grievance handling procedures that you have, that the workers feel that they're comfortable enough that they can stay there and whatever issues they have, it will be dealt with in terms of whether remuneration or whatever it is. So congratulations to Associated Brand. And again, in a country where they keep saying we suffering and things going bad, apparently Associated Brands have been able to make it work and their employees remain loyal. You ain't gonna stay somewhere where you ain't treated good, right, for all them years, right? Hopefully not. So congratulations there. I'm also seeing that the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force would have gotten some drones, and this was in the Loop News, November the 21st, 2024. It says here, National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines yesterday received a donation of 2 drones from the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime, that is UNODC, for the use by the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, TTDF. The handover ceremony took place at the Ministry of National Security Head Office, Abercrombie Street, Port of Spain. Representing the UNODC at the ceremony was Roberto Rodriguez, the Codil Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice Officer, United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. The donation was made under the UNODC Global Firearm Program and within the context of the crime prevention and criminal justice component of the roadmap to counter illicit firearms trafficking and misuse across the Caribbean in a sustainable manner by 2030. The minister thanked the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime for its support to the Caribbean region and to Trinidad and Tobago in particular. Hines said the donation of 2 drones to Trinidad and Tobago is yet another tool in our arsenal in the ongoing fight against crime. I understand that these drones are renowned for their versatility, cost effectiveness, and reliability, in addition to serving as invaluable tactical tools for a wide array of applications ranging from surveillance and reconnaissance to search and rescue missions. Further, when used judiciously and in accordance with relevant regulations and best practices, this equipment can significantly enhance operational effectiveness and public safety efforts throughout the country. The drones are well regarded for their versatility, cost effectiveness, and reliability, serving as invaluable tactical tools. And they don't edit these things properly, or there's no editor here. They do over the next paragraph the same thing again. The equipment is expected to enhance operational effectiveness and public safety efforts. Nakati Atiba Dulchan, Permanent Secretary, Dr. Simone Titus, Deputy Permanent Secretary, and Air Vice Marshal Daryl Daniel, Chief of Defense Staff, Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, were also present at the ceremony. So anything that will help in our crime fighting tools, we, as Hazel say, we on board. Thank you, Hazel. Hi, Judy. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Zion. Thank you all for staying with me. I'm also seeing that there is a program for parents. So let me see what this is about. And this has to do with the Ministry of Social Welfare. I'm seeing Senator Donna Cox, the minister in the Ministry of Social Development. This was 18 hours ago in The Guardian. Cox launches workshop to help parents, says children not getting mental support. So Minister of Social Development and Family Services, MSDFS, Donna Cox, is concerned parents are not supporting their children mentally and emotionally. Speaking at City Hall in Port of Spain on Wednesday, Cox launched a parenting program workshop. Cox said the workshop was designed to support and empower families across Trinidad and Tobago. The strength of our society lies in the strength of our families. So it is within our families that the foundational values, skills, and nurturing environment are created for our future generation, she said. Cox further explained that the ministry believes that strengthening families is central to addressing some of the most pressing challenges the country faces in society today. These issues are crime, poverty, domestic violence, and child abuse. Minister Cox stressed the importance of parenting and the responsibility, and the responsibility parents have in raising the future of the country. Today, we reflect on the vital role that we as a society play in nurturing and safeguarding our children's future. We must reaffirm our commitment in showing that our children grow up in an environment that fosters love, safety, and, of course, opportunities. We are reminded of the immense responsibility we bear in shaping the lives of our future leaders, she explained. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley had blamed poor parenting on a significant portion of difficulty in the country. He made the comment back in 2022. Dr. Rowley also urged parents to step up and act with haste before the time ran out. Last year, Commissioner of Police Earl Herwood Christopher also blamed bad parenting for contributing to crime. She said that everything starts at home, emphasizing that parental shortcomings often shift the burden onto law enforcement to address the resulting issues. Meanwhile, the first communities to benefit from the parenting workshop would be Arima and Digo Martin. The workshop will cover a range of topics that addresses the diverse needs of parents and guardians, offering both knowledge and practical strategies to help them navigate the challenges of raising children. Other communities where the workshop will be conducted are Belmont, Aruka, Carpichaima, Aranguez, El Sicuro, Pinal, and Siparia. Children Authority Director Sheldon Cyrus and Communication Minister Simon de Nobrega, who were also at the launch, both agreed with Cox that building strong families is important to creating a safe and healthy society. So people get in contact with the Ministry of National of Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. That is on St. Vincent Street, is just opposite the Magistrate Court. Because they didn't put a number or anything here, so I guess, and didn't put any other details to how to get to the program. So, people, if you know anybody, tell somebody to tell somebody. To tell somebody, get in contact with the ministry to find out how we can get this thing up and running, let it be successful, and use that also as a part of the tool in helping to curb crime. It's not the only thing, but it is a start. I'm also seeing that the Minister of Health for this month is Mental Health Awareness Month for Men. And about 2 days ago, we celebrated International Men's Day. And I saw the Minister of Health will have this program that.
Good day, this is Karen Zialsing, Minister of Health of Trinidad and Tobago. As you may know, after COVID and in the aftermath of COVID-19, the issue of mental health has become a major problem or issue for people. We at the Ministry of Health recognize that, and we want to tell you, if you are suffering, if you have any mental health issue that you need help for, we are here to help you. We have a range of services and toll-free hotlines, some available 24 hours a day. For anything from suicide prevention to depression or any mental health issue that you feel you may have. We ask you to reach out to us. Our numbers are on our website and we are there for you. You don't have to travel this journey alone. We are here to partner with you to bring relief to you. Use our services. Again, Terence Yalsing, Minister of Health, Trinidad and Tobago.
This is an initiative for men, and I think men, you all should. I may have played it before, but it's important to play it again. When you look at how some men behave in our society, it's important that this is played over because, as I said, we now celebrated International Men's Day, and this is a month for mental health awareness for men. Yeah, so Again, get in contact with Ministry of Health, find out the numbers, the hotlines, toll free, and see. Tell someone to tell someone. I'm also seeing that another initiative by the government, and it has to do with Ministry of Housing. So let's see.
It's VIP.
It's VIP.
It's VIP. Government give to me.
Welcome to the constituency of St. Joseph, but particularly welcome you to Moundo.
It's indeed a pleasure to be here in Moldova and to distribute cases, some of the most deserving cases that I've seen in the country. When I look at the home, the former home of the person who received, one of the persons who received today, it really is heart-wrenching to know what they were living in and what they now have.
Look at that structure yesterday. If it wasn't for this program, where we give you a starter house, Mr. Wilson, Mr. James would not have a place to call home. That is what we are doing. And in this year's budget, we are going to do 500 more throughout the country.
This program has come a long way. Started in 2017 in the small community of Moruga, the Americans community of Moruga, where we started this program after the Prime Minister had visited that community and saw some of the dilapidated structures.
Right? He walked in the river and he said, "No, we must find a program that we could go into these people's lives and transform them and give them hope. This HIP program is for you and persons like yourself, and I would like you to spread the good."
It's VIP.
It's VIP.
Right?
It's VIP. Government give to me.
Well,
Right, this is a program again coming out of Ministry of Housing. You saw MP Leon there. He's the member of parliament for can't remember Mova Laventille. I'm not too sure exactly which one. And of course, Minister Terry Alsing, well, that is his constituency. So as a member of parliament, he would be there. But again, people don't even know that's happening. That's the initiative under Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and this PNM government. You heard Minister Leon said it was on a walkabout somewhere in Moruga. Dr. Rowley saw the condition of some of the homes people living in. He said, no, we have to find a way to treat with it, and they'll find a way. You see the starter home they give them. You see the house the person was living in before. And I'm glad that they didn't just, UNC said it had the person and you seen them up. And no, I'm glad how it's done very tastefully. You just saw the little house, whatever, just a flash on that and how they dealt with it. And these people don't have the starter homes and they're going to build 500 more. It's not a government working for you without using NGC money and having happiness campaign, right? With Dr. Rowley face all over the place. Let me continue. So, I see in Tobago, the school for the deaf having some challenges with us. They want a new school. And I'm surprised that the dotish looking one, infrastructure man, how come they didn't deal with those things? Because they come to fix. Didn't they say they come to fix things? Because the PNM do nothing? What have them fixed since them come the more and more confusion and bacchanal and ever? So let's hear what the teacher, is it the teacher or the principal of the school has to say? This is in Tobago. Give me a minute. I may have to read it, but I thought I could have. Hi, let's see how this goes. It's loading.
We are on the compound with the Bonaccord Primary School. It is because that we are using their wing, which used to be the post-primary center. That is what we are using right now to host our children. But we are just asking that we be given a new school, right, so that more children can come, because we actually have a total of over 20 students on the waiting list, waiting to come into the school, but we cannot enroll them because we don't have the space. So we are just asking the vision to consider us, remember us, and we just want a new school.
The words of special education teacher 2 and senior teacher at the Tobago School for the Deaf, Speech and Language Impaired, Davion Toppin, following the institution's walk in Bonaccord, Tobago. She said it is time that special children are treated equally.
And for far too long, our school has gone unnoticed and unrecognized. And we are trying so much to have the children be included and be treated just as their peers in a regular school. But many times we notice when we take them out to events and different activities, people will ask, what school is this?
Ms. Toppins said the students at the school have been performing well.
We want our children to feel included because they are doing so much. May I just add this, Liz, that we would have competed in the recent concluded Junior Heritage Festival, and we would have sent a queen and also a maypole group. Right, and the queen, she's Down syndrome, Miss Naima Dempster. She placed second, and our maypole team, we were fifth out of a total of 10 schools. We were the only special school in that competition.
Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
You see, she didn't say the government at Trinidad and Tobago, she said the division. So that short, stupid looking one, go and see about trying to get a school for the trained special ed. It's when it comes to special children, that is my passion. Because them, to me, them as angels without wings. Them come on this earth, and we are able to have so much compassion and love for each other. If you see somebody harming a child who has a special need, it does get you so angry. You want to protect that child. It gives you that, and they're so loving. You put them in the correct environment, and they're loving children. Look, now let's build a school for these children and them now, and make them feel like there's people. Nothing wrong with them. It's just simply that they can't hear, and that will, once you have a hearing problem, it will affect your speech because you need to hear in order to form words. Don't make them feel less than nobody else now. Or do something, come up better than that now. Who is the Secretary of Education, the one who always dressing like a circus clown, Zori or Zia, whatever she name. Or do something that stop up the dressing sometime and focus on these children and them. They need this school. Because at 20, the teachers say waiting to get in. And I sure they're just home twiddling the thumb because they're not in a space where they get the proper training in terms of education and all that. Do something better than that now. If I had to call every day, I would start to do that. I don't like to hear them thing at all. Children who they quote unquote normal don't have issues. Imagine a child who has a special ability, who already in getting the things they're supposed to get, and in that position, come now, man. Another issue in Tobago, again, I don't know what's going on in Tobago now, but everybody keeping it under law because they want nobody to say we did tell all this and all them kind of foolishness. This has to do with the jetty in Tobago. If I see how they open it nice, you should see it now. Let me just show this loading. That when they open it. That when they open it all.
A few moments later.
This is the last step, right? This board, so which means that the board has to come in front of this step. How you stepping onto the board from here? The board in front of the step. How are you getting onto the board, right? The board has to come right into the step, right? Before the step was right on the post, so you just step off and you step on the even with the little bumper, you have a little space where you could step. No, you have no. This is way too far from where the boat will be. The boat will be all the way here, right? With a bumper on this, you have to put some bumper, which means that we have to get tires. If they didn't come with professional bumpers, you have to use tires. When you put a couple tires on here, the boat will end up way out here. How are you getting onto the step from here? We have heavy people, we have in between heavy people, right? They wouldn't be able, we have older people, we have mature people, it's impossible. Even young people, the children, they cannot do step from here, the boat way here. How are you getting on the boat, right? You must ask questions to the people who are doing it every day before you come up with these ideas that you're doing. Look, there is no proper support. They have a piece of angle iron. Look, all of these things. You do that, look, they're shaking. All of them. They're shaking. The minute a few people come and hold on to this, a little rough sea come, all of these ain't gonna last too long. These angle iron, I don't even know if it's we call them stainless steel. We don't even know if these are iron stainless steel. Because if it's stainless steel, in no time they're gonna rot now. Right? If these things are not stainless steel, they're gonna rot in a few months. They're gonna want to break. Look at this. Look. This is a simple shade. When people come here, heavy people with some weight come and hold on to these things, it would not last. Right? That's it. So what we are saying is you must get with the people who are here, the people who know get information from them. How does the jet go? How does the boat swallow the jet? Who are they concerned with when they come? You will not exactly the same way and you do it worse. These things are look at that. These things, people have to hold on to these things to get back and forth. These things, the boat comes looking in front of this thing. No, you can't put a bumper on this because it's so low. Right? So that we have low tide, we have low sea level. If seas are really high, that means the water above that. How a boat is gonna come in here with that thing there? All of these things have to have bumpers on them. Right? You have to know that before you. Who are they consulting with this problem that we have in? You have to consult with the people who do it every day, who know, not people who come with some book and say that there is engineering. They don't know because they don't work on a jetty. They're not on a jetty every day. They have no idea how these things work. Right? The truth over there is worse than over here. Right? Over there is even more flimsy on the opposite side. Right? So the opposite. Let's take a look on the opposite side and let people see what's going on the opposite side.
Look now, I saw upset me and want to see no more in it. But they said they come to fix Tobago.
Look at this.
Look how that thing shaking.
This is just what you call disaster waiting to happen. This is disaster. Yes. Right? You come down, I'm going to walk all the way down. Right? Look at this. Look at this. No support. This jiggling up and down, this up and down, no support. By the time a few people come and they have a few angle iron underneath try to support this is going to break off. A little rough sea come, it's going to move this, right? This cannot withstand no. When a real rough sea come here, this what they have here cannot withstand rough sea. People traversing back and forth here, this will not last, right? Again, you have to put look where the steps are, and look where these posts are. You have to put bumpers on these. The boats will end up way out here. If the boats are out there, how people getting on and off the boat? The boats have to be right onto the step to get on and off the boats, right? So they have to go back to the drawing board. They need to go back to the drawing board before they say that they open this. So we hope that the authorities come and talk to the people who use this every day, the boat guys who come here, who are responsible for bringing people on and off this jetty. It's not the people that work here, but it's the people that take people to the reef, and the people that do fishing, and the people that take people out on tours. It's they that use these jetties. And this jetty is not for show. This is a jetty that people use every day. So you have to build it in a way that it could be used. It's not for show. It's not for the people to come and take out a picture. Right? People have to traverse and use this, especially when they see a little heavy. Well, you can tell if there's any heavy sea, you can't use it because we don't normally use this jetty when the sea is heavy. It's impossible for boats to come here just because of configuration and the jetty, right? There are no bumpers, the only wind blowing, right? You have to take all that into consideration.
Problem.
Bumpy, if it's wavy, how you're getting people on and off the boat, all that you have to take into consideration, right? So all we are saying is speak to the people that know, who using it every day, who have been using it every day. They will tell you, they will give you some kind of advice. You ain't talk to nobody, you just come and you do something. And then they say, hey, you're not this. This is not what we vote for people for. People, they want to listen to the public, they don't go about their business. They don't want to all around. It's how I feel, right? The long time thing where people come and they run by you to vote for them, and then when you vote for them, they come and do what they want. We not take it up no more. If you can't do any public vote and what's in the public interest, you need to get rid of it. Right?
Okay.
Do things that make sense. This is a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. If these things end fixed properly.
Right, that is Pigeon Point, Jetty, and all they here. Finally, them come to fix. They come to fix this, and like they're doing, not like they're doing worse. But guys in Tobago, they go say I'm not living, they mind my business. But my passport and my ID card say Trinidad and Tobago. So I could talk about Tobago if I want to talk. I don't have to live in Tobago. So I'm seeing CARICOM, because you know the Prime Minister and CARICOM is meeting with Moody. I think it is in Guyana. So this is what is, let me see what's happening here. Hi Christopher and Sarah, hi Kurt, hi Kathleen. So, oh, I put jigs up on my nose, like I put too much, it cut all my noses. So this is 18 hours ago in the Guardian. CARICOM leaders to cooperate with India on cancer therapy, food security. So it says that CARICOM leaders have agreed to strengthen relations with India in areas including solar energy, high-yielding seeds, and other agriculture innovation, generic medicines, and cancer therapy, as well as tracking sargassum seaweed. This was confirmed in a joint statement issued by CARICOM and India yesterday, following Wednesday's second CARICOM India summit between leaders and Indian Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. The meeting, chaired in part by CARICOM Chairman Dixon Mitchell, Grenada's Prime Minister, was attended by 9 CARICOM leaders, including Trinidad and Tobago Dr. Keith Rowley, and foreign ministers of Belize, Jamaica, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Leaders reviewed the existing trade and investment relationship between CARICOM members and India, and the recent progress driven by mutual interest in sectors such as energy, agriculture, ICT, healthcare, and pharmaceuticals. According to the statement, officials noted with satisfaction the constructive deliberations during Wednesday's summit and agreed to reaffirm the importance of the CARICOM-India relationship and promote further development of partnership through enhanced coordination of position on the global international agenda. Leaders agreed to strengthen economic and commercial relations and cooperation between CARICOM states and India in the following key areas. 1. Energy and infrastructure through collaboration on renewable energy, energy efficiency, trade and investment, and in the energy sector. Decentralized solar applications, including but not limited to solar rooftops, solar mini and microgrids, solar desalination units, and solar cold storage, utility scale solar and battery storage. Even as the region seeks to diversify its energy mix and promote collaboration in the strengthening of maritime connectivity for the development and consolidation of the CARICOM single market and economy, that is SME. 2. Agriculture and food security, with CARICOM Agri-Food System agenda aimed at reducing its food import bill by 25% by 2025, they agreed on the need for greater resilience in innovation and technology, including climate-smart technology, expansion of agribusiness and agri-processing, strengthening of transport and logistics support system partnership in food production, high-yielding seeds and agriculture machinery. Collaboration was agreed on between the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, and institutions such as the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, to boost efforts under the coordination of the CARICOM Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food security. The other one is health and pharmaceuticals, including generic medicines, drug testing laboratories, radiation technology, cancer therapy, dialysis machines, sea ambulances, and the Bharat Health Initiative of cyar, HITAR, and Myatri cubes. That is BHISHM. The other one is technology and innovation, human resources and capacity building. In education, digital public infrastructure, digital health, information technology, agriculture, food processing, and biofuels, as well as space-based applications, which could be utilized inter alia in agriculture production, security surveillance, early warning systems, and the tracking of sargassum along coastal areas. Both sides will also foster collaboration between their respective institutions of learning and research in areas of common interest. And then we have contact and strengthening cultural linkage. Leaders acknowledge the importance of strengthening people-to-people links between CARICOM and India and committed to deepening these ties through initiatives in areas such as sports, culture, music, film, media, tourism, yoga, exchange programs, and building connections between their diplomatic academies. They agree to foster collaborations between respective institutions of higher learning and research in areas of common interest. Leaders decided that the third CARICOM India Summit will be held in India. They agreed that the foreign ministers of CARICOM and India will follow up on the decisions and agreements adopted at Wednesday's meeting. Well, Trinidad and Tobago has had a long, rich history with India since from the times of Dr. Williams. When they talk about culture, I remember baby Susan and baby Sandra. They were sent to India to do and train and do classical dance. So we always had that type of exchange when it came to culture. So again, nothing new. And I spoke to you all about Ranjit Kumar. Yes, Ranjit Kumar, who was an Indian politician. He wasn't born here, he was born in India, but he came here and got involved in politics and the likes, and he was the person who brought the first Indian movie to Trinidad. So, and that was back in the 40s or something. So we have always been connected to Mother India. So let me continue. I'm also seeing that at that meeting, they're also talking about a gang database. And let me see quickly. This is November the 22nd, PM, CARICOM gang database arrest warrant bill to strengthen regional security. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has announced that a Caribbean-wide gang database will soon be implemented along with the CARICOM arrest warrant bill, aimed at ensuring there are no safe harbors for criminals in any part of the region. Speaking at the second regional symposium on violence as a public health issue, Dr. Rowley said that these initiatives are part of ongoing efforts to enhance regional security. And the thing just block out everything I'm reading. Oh Lord, give me a minute. Ad came up. I tried to exit out, and instead the whole article, let me see it again. The whole article just went. Right. Prime Minister Dr. Rowley has, and right, speaking at the second regional symposium on violence as a public health issue, Dr. Rowley said that these initiatives are part of ongoing efforts to enhance regional security and law enforcement collaboration. The Caribbean Gang Database will be a key resource for law enforcement, Dr. Rowley said. Information is strength. By identifying and sharing intelligence on known bad actors, law enforcement across the region can work more effectively. He also highlighted the significance of the Caribbean Arrest Warrant Bill, which aims to standardize extradition processes across member states. Criminals must understand that in every CARICOM territory, the law applies equally to them as it relates to warrants in anticipation of prosecution. There are no safe harbors in any Caribbean territory. We want this legislated. Dr. Rowley said Dr. Rowley emphasized the role of regional collaboration in addressing crime, noting that tools like the Advanced Passenger Information (API) and Passenger Records Bill will enhance law enforcement capabilities. These tools will facilitate law enforcement efforts and enable authorities to apprehend criminals more effectively, he said. He stressed the importance of tackling critical issues such as corruption, illicit finance, and firearm trafficking. Research must guide policymaking, and the pathway to effective policies should address these gaps to ensure robust systems across the regions. He added, I'm coming to the end, Dr. Oli also called for comprehensive solutions to crime and said youth engagement is crucial. We have the knowledge and partnership to drive meaningful change. By working with youth, we can forge a Caribbean defined by peace, opportunity, and proactive policing, he said. The symposium brings together regional leaders, policymakers, and law enforcement officials to develop strategies for addressing crime and its impact on the Caribbean societies. You all remember the whole debacle with the man who, the firearms dealer, wherever his name was, when he was in Barbados, and Impact sent thing to get him to bring him back. And so once they get this thing legislated and it's in law, wherever you are in any Caribbean country, they could come get you. So let's see how that works. And also they're having a gang registry and Caribbean Council. Everything to help in the fight for crime. Well, people, again, this I think that hi Kurt, hi Robert, hi Hadara. I think that suffering, the meaning of suffering in the let me pull it up quick because a point I want to make. Let me pull it up quick. Let me pull it up quick. What is the meaning of suffering? All right, give me a minute. Oh gosh, come on, man. Suffering.
Here's the definition of suffering: the state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship.
Right? The state of undergoing pain, distress, or hardship. Suffering. You could always say we're suffering, all you hate it. Pain, going through pain, stress, hardship, suffering. So they say we're suffering. This is in Luke News, the 21st of November. Courts kicks off Black Friday sale with massive discounts. This Friday, Courts is offering one of the most anticipated Black Friday sales of the year, packed with unbeatable deals from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Whether you are in the market for a home appliances, tech gadget, or seasonal decor, the sale promises to deliver incredible savings for every shopper. Early bird special from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Somebody have birdie tell me in St. James, before 6 o'clock, people line up. Rise and shine for the best deals from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Shoppers can enjoy a 25% discount on major appliances and mattresses and 50% off TV. There are also a chance for one person to grab a 32-inch TV for just $1 between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Following that, at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., one lucky customer will get a chance to buy a TCL tablet for just $1 during the flash order. It has for those who miss the early rush, don't worry, from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Courts will offer 20% off store-wide on both cash and credit purchases, allowing for significant savings on a wide range of products. Right? If all the seating they have, And at the end of the day, whether they have it on sale or unlimited or something, you take it now. You take it on terms now, and you must see pay nothing down really for that. The bill coming January, yeah? Unless it's cash you're buying thing. People was out there in the numbers. Let me see if I could find and see people up and down inside it. Let me see. I saw somebody had it somewhere. They in the liking the self, they in the sale, cars selling out from the showroom, groceries packed, people trolley packed with food every minute, people in the grocery, 2, 3, 4 times a week. Who going and travel? I hear they're going Puerto Rico now. They're buying online credit card, US cash. They ain't shopping Trinidad again. They're shopping online, no matter what the tax is. They're shopping online. They find it cheaper. People are looking to see about buying the carnival costume. They must be done paid on that already. Band must be sell out. Certain section must be sell out. People looking to go get the Christmas curtain. I go be one of them. I going to look for curtains. And fete selling out, concerts selling out. Carnival in Tobago was just a success. They said 30,000 trees went across. All 30 may not have been for Carnival, but 30,000 went across. Carnival was ramming, but we suffering. So I do not think when we say suffering, that's just a slang. That's a slang to me like, what happened there? Boy, I just suffering, yes. But it don't really mean, suffering. I feel like it mean, suffering come like a slang. But we're going to boil around that stress, that suffering thing they were, that sufferation thing they were. But they dress the best, looking the best, and eating the best. So suffering to me is a slang now. It can't be what it is meant to be. That was a long time. Suffering in these days, just like we have LOL mean laugh out loud, and LML laughing my right LMAF and all them kind of short thing, texting words and thing. All right. That's what it's about now. Suffering is a slang for things nice. That's just a slang. So let me continue. So I'm seeing PNM wins. And not the government. This is the People's National Movement Party, the political party, not the government that is in office. So this was in Guardian yesterday. PNM celebrates legal win in 2015 election petition case. The People's National Movement is celebrating a legal victory after the Court of Appeal granted leave for the bills of course to be determined against the United National Congress, UNC, in its 2015 election petition. The case began 9 years ago when the UNC filed petition in the High Court to challenge the September 7, 2015 election results in 5 constituencies: Toco, Sandy Grande, Tonopuna, St. Joseph, San Fernando West, and Moluga Tableland. The petition filed by Dr. Shivanan Gopi Singh, the defeated UNC candidate in San Fernando West, was selected as a test case to decide the outcome of the other petitions. A 6th petition challenging the result of La Hoqueta Talparo was thrown out by the appellate court. This was because it was served to the successful PNM candidate Maxi Coffee after the deadline has passed. The UNC argued that the Election and Boundaries Commission, EBC, acted unlawfully when it extended voting by 1 hour in Trinidad due to bad weather. In 2017, the UNC lost the petition and appealed the decision. However, a 43-page judgment by the Court of Appeal, delivered by judges Gregory Smith, Mark Mohammed, and Peter Rajkumar, dismissed the appeal. The opposition party had hoped to overturn the decision of another appeal court. And the thing about it, they can't go to the Privy Council because I don't think the Privy Council could get involved in any voting or election thing in a sovereign country. That is not what they are. They do things on the, not that type of law. So had they been able to go, they would have gone Privy Council, but they can't go. The furthest they could reach is the High Court, the highest court in Trinidad and Tobago, the appeal court, right here. The panel has supported the decision of the High Court Judge Maria Dina More to dismiss the petitions in October 2016. The People's National Movement Chairman and Acting Prime Minister Stuart Young spoke to Guardian Media about the matter yesterday at the completion of upgrades to a play park at Hawaii Lands, Belmont. He said, leave was granted and we placed on record before the court that we would resist any further attempts to delay the matter and that we wanted the case to start today, that was Wednesday. After 6 years since the court ordered the recovery of costs in matters brought by the UNC, the case is finally moving forward. Young explained, Minister Stuart Young SC, that the final decision on these cases happened in 2017 to 18. And after the PNM won, they received orders for costs in their favor. The PNM has since filed to recover expenses from the court's action. Minister Stuart Young SC added that this year, despite multiple delays including a court order in July 2020 requiring the UNC to submit any objection to the bill, of course, the case is still facing many procedural challenges. The UNC filed the petitions after PNM won the election with a 23-18 margin. Today marks a long-awaited hearing of the case before a register of the High Court. I took part in the proceedings this afternoon as chairman of the PNM, where we resisted further delays. Both the court and the attorneys representing the UNC and the EBC noted that the UNC had still not complied with the 2020 order and had not submitted their written objections, Young said. Senior counsel Ravi Nanga, representing the PNM, while the UNC was represented by Gerald Ramdeen and Jaiwanti Lochmidial. The Elections and Boundaries Commission was represented by Ravi Efes Doon and Alana Bisesa. In response, UNC Attorney Gerald Ramdeen called for an investigation into how a judicial officer holding political office was allowed to make a statement in the court. The PNM hired senior counsel to handle the bill, of course, a job usually done by the instructing attorney. But what stood out was that the chairman of the PNM attended the hearing personally. Even though senior counsel representing the PNM, the chairman asked and was allowed to speak to the court about the efforts to recover costs from the election petition, he said. Ramdeen added that he hoped that this would not become a regular practice. I hope this doesn't become a habit where judicial officers allow people with political roles to speak in court while their lawyers represent them. The judiciary should take note of this, investigate, and decide if this is a practice that will be allowed in the future. And I think Minister Stuart Young would have responded the fact that he appeared as the chairman of the People's National Movement, looking after the interests of the People's National Movement. He did not go there as the Minister of Energy. And he also would have said he is a lawyer, he pays whatever fees it is paid, so he is a practicing lawyer. So, but he did not go there in any capacity as no lawyer or no minister. He went and he spoke, and he could have, as the chairman of the People's National Movement, in a case where how much years now they have been awarded costs because the UNC took the PNM to court state and the EBC stating that basically like the UNC the PNM and the EBC was in collusion because the EBC illegally extended the voting hour from 6 to 7. You remember when it had all that rain and all that kind of thing. But you know the interesting thing is this, and that old drunkard, that old nasty one who it is alleged has beat woman, the one who was in room 201 or 2 and says not he, and we hear the voice he say wasn't he. The one who was a part of the live sport program, what could be something good, and we see how that ended up. That one. Talking some foolishness and trying to draw an analogy to when the lights went, when the game in Guyana between Guyana and Night Riders, when they had to use the Duckworth system and a set of foolishness. The issue is this, my opinion, excuse me. If the UNC felt that the extra hour that the EBC would have extended the election for people to go to vote affected them gravely, then they needed to come to show that by 6 o'clock, this is how much votes they had. And between 6 to 7, how much votes there was. To show, and between the UNC and the PNM, to show whether or not there was some unfair advantage. That's 1. 2, UNC was sending out to the people to be it extended, so they knew. We heard that people were getting text messages on their phone telling them coming from UNC people that it has extended an next hour. But not only that, Why only 6 constituencies all the petition? Because it wasn't just 1 hour in them 6 constituencies, it was the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Why all of them petition for the other 40-something or 30-something, wherever it is, constituency? That don't make sense to me. If you are saying that it was illegal what the EBC do to extend the voting from 6 to 7 and it gave the PNM an unfair advantage, why is only this particular group of constituency they get the unfair advantage? What about all the other constituencies? It's supposed to be all the constituencies, all they're arguing and trying to thing. So that's how we know that foolishness what going on. I hear about $40-something million. And the thing about cost a woman couldn't understand. If Mary take me to court for an issue, Mary had to pay for she lawyer. I had to get a lawyer to defend me. That costly. If Mary come and launch a case against me, it become frivolous because it was never real, whatever it is. And the court decide, you lost the case, you have to pay for your lawyer, you have to pay for she lawyer, you have to pay for this and all the costs. That's how it is going, you have to pay. And that's what the court tell you. And see, you lost all the case, so everything against PSU. The PNM had was to get a lawyer to fight all the for them time they go into court and all that to pay them. But the UNC like they don't have no money. But I hear 40-something million. I don't know if it's with interest. They take for 7 years, they ain't pay. Now they got to pay. People want their money. Ching, ching, ching. This is not the PNM government. This is the PNM party group. They want their money. Where they going to get their money from? And I hear a man called Shivnarine something or something put up. Oh, you hear the back and I see this on UNC Cabal page. I don't know if this is true. I just reading it. So they call a man named who, like he studied, but he took it to court. And Papa, I see this on UNC Cabal page. I reading after them on the back and come now, man. Okay, you know what? Let me go directly on the page because I don't understand why it's not opening up into what I want just now. Eh? I'm going to go down this in case it has some volumes or something. Just a minute. Here after that loss, there was some pavement report, everything canceled. And I hear they blaming, it is alleged, they blaming Jaiwanti and them for losing that case because money that to pay now. So I see this on Cabal page. I just read them, I see people. The home of a former UNC minister is expected to be confiscated by the courts. Kabi understands that her husband used his property as collateral when he challenged the EBC and the PNM. Zamiwati is claiming that the party owes nothing since it was Dotish Shivananan who volunteered to stick out his neck for the party. Zami is also claiming that the minister made millions when in government and that should be back pay to the party. And they say, oh, they think it easy. Look me, Papa. So they show you the court thing. It is the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in the Court of Appeal, Port of Spain. Chief appeal number, daddy number, claim civil appeal number, daddy number, claim number. In the matter of the representation of the People's Act, Chapter 201, the matter of the Parliament election for the constituency of San Fernando West on the 7th of September and 2015, and in the matter of election proceeding issues 2001 between Dr. Shivanan, Gopi Singh, and he's the appellant and the petitioner, and Faris Alwari, first respondent and the returning officer for the constituency of San Fernando West, deemed to be respondent by virtue of Section 107(2) of the Representation Act. So, Papa, they lost the case, they got to pay, and like they don't have money, so who blaming who and blaming who? Like we have to go and protest and say we want money, like all them workers and them protesting for the money, why? UNC always in confusion, and that's what they want to come back. That's what they want to come back. Them can't take up nothing, because remember, the cut notes and them can't use that again as polymer. And they're not coming back, so they may get no chance to bring back that. So they got to find polymer. I also seen one called, what was the name? The name familiar, but I can't remember who the person was. But once I see Privy Council, I just want to know what this is about. So some Montel, former CL financial executive Andre Montel, loses 20 million tax appeal at Privy Council. This was 18 hours ago in The Guardian. Former CL financial executive Andre Montel has lost his final appeal before the Privy Council over a disputed income tax assessment exceeding 20 million. The decision delivered yesterday by Lord Hodge ends a legal battle stemming from the filing of Montel's 27 to 18 2008 income tax return and carries significant implications for employees and employers alike regarding their tax obligation. Yesterday, an advisor to Montel said the former CL executive would be approaching the Board of Inland Revenue to discuss a repayment plan for his outstanding taxes. 20 million. Oh, God. Hey, Olia. Let me see if I have my taxes to pay, Papa. But you know, no, I'm making under $7,500, so I don't have no tax to pay. The dispute emerged after BIR audited Montel's declared income, which he had listed solely as his employment salary. The BIR later audited the returns and uncovered discrepancies, revealing that his actual annulments income has far exceeded the declared amount. You hear the word discrepancies. On October the 1st, 2012, the BIR issued an assessment for additional income tax liabilities, holding Montel responsible for the shortfall. Montel legal arguments centered on the pay-as-you-earn, like PAYE system, which under Section 19 of the Income Tax Act, ITA, obligates employees to deduct and remit taxes on behalf of employers to deduct and remit taxes on behalf of employees. He argued that this framework placed full responsibility on his employer to remit the owed amount, absolving him from any further liabilities. However, this interpretation failed to hold up in court. The Tax Appeal Board dismissed Montel's claim, ruling that PAYE is simply a mechanism for tax collection and does not absolve employees of their ultimate liability for unpaid taxes. Both the Court of Appeal and the Privy Council upheld this position. The Privy Council outlined several key points in its decision. One, employees ultimately responsible for taxes. While PAYE ensures that taxes deducted by employers are credited to employees, the ultimate obligation to pay taxes lie with the individual, as stated in Section 5 of the ITA. So he lawyers and I can tell you that too. BIR authority to recover unpaid taxes. Sections 83 and 89 of the ITA empowers the BIR to issue additional assessment for unpaid taxes regardless of PAYE compliance. 3. PAYE not exclusive. The ruling clarified that PAYE is not the only mechanism for tax recovery. Even if an employer fails to remit taxes, employees remain liable for any shortfall. 4. Employer penalties do not shield employees. Although an employer may face penalties for failing to remit taxes under Section 99(4), this does not eliminate employees' accountability for their tax liabilities. Contacted for comment, an advisor to Montel told Guardian Media that the employment contract of the former Clico and CL financial executive stipulated that his compensation package should be net of taxes. The advisor said the taxation paid by the company on Montel's package was deemed to be a benefit in kind, for which the executive was required to pay tax. Oh God, look back and I'll just finish it now. The advisor described this interpretation as a tax on tax. According to the advisor, the Privy Council judgment could impact every employee who is receiving a benefit in kind in TT. Only listen to this. Benefits in kind could include a company car or accommodation paid by a company. Economists. Ruling sends a strong message to employers about compliance. Economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun yesterday emphasized the broader implication of the ruling, noted that it sends a strong message to employers about compliance. This ruling serves as a crucial reminder to employers about the importance of proper payroll compliance and tax compliance. Employers must diligently adhere to PAYE obligations because failure to accurately deduct and remit taxes can lead to legal repercussion, reputational damage, and significant legal costs, Dr. Arjun said. Dr. Arjun also underscored the importance of proactive measures. Employers should consider investing in training for HR and payroll staff to ensure that they are current with tax laws. They need to implement and upgrade payroll systems to ensure accuracy in tax deduction, which can help prevent errors and reduce disputes. Some month at 20 million to pay. I find all of a sudden the amount of people who ain't paying their taxes is millions of dollars for Chinese laundry, the Chinese down from movie town, and hello. If it's me and you owe me little 2,000 and 5,000 things, let her come in and we frighten ourselves, we run into pay. But them, they big oi. But you know what? Not this wrong. You got to pay. I remember a situation with Northwest Regional Health Authority where apparently, I won't go into full details, they wasn't paying the employees. Certain money was coming out. I ain't going to tell you which monies was coming out of the employees' salary. It was showing up on the pay slip. And then BRI, when there was on Queen Street, calling so and so because it was owing, and they had to bring the whole collateral seat or whatever the thing it was called it. And when it looked, all the payment coming out, it was Northwest wasn't paying the money. It is alleged that they was taking the money. It is alleged. And putting it in the bank, it is alleged for a certain period of time, and then taking the interest and then whatever. And it is alleged that Northwest Regional Health Authority was made to pay a penalty. That was some years ago. I move on. So, I'm also seeing where there was some, I'm not sure if it was a meeting or a conference, but it was in Guardian 21 hours ago. ICATT accountants must uphold ethics. Jaiwanti, you hear that? Because basically as an accountant, you know, accountants are being urged to look beyond the numbers. Okay? Your behavior wasn't not nice. So look beyond the numbers at your behaviors. That's the advice from Desmond Dial, chair and council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of TNT, who said a profession must include and upholding ethics. We must ensure that we preserve the trust and credibility that are the bedrock of our work. Excellence in accounting means more than technical expertise. It requires a commitment to the highest standard of professionalism and ethical conduct. In my opinion, Jaiwanti has none. He said, speaking at the organization's annual conference, which took place at the Hyatt Regency yesterday, Dial noted sustainable business practice are now a key driver of growth, innovation, and resilience in a rapidly changing global economy. We are uniquely positioned to help organizations navigate this new frontier. To do so, we must become pioneers of excellence. ICATT has set out to challenge us not only to be experts in our field, but to be visionaries who anticipate the future and now set standards of excellence for ourselves and organization and our professions. I wonder if Jaiwanti went to that. Looking to the future, ICATT President Marissa Quashie is advising accounting professionals to use technology to speed up processes and improve quality. Automation and artificial intelligence have already begun to transform the way we proceed transactions. So I want to ask, remember they keep saying that is an accounting system, a new checking system in the central bank that would have caused the error to happen. Is it this of what if it is it this is part of what they're speaking about? This automation and artificial intelligence. They say it has already begun to transform the way we process transactions. So is it that people wasn't too familiar with the system and caused the So that's why Jaiwanti is supposed to go and check it because she's supposed to be up on the thing. She's the auditor general getting big money. The SRC does negotiate she's salary for she. So how she do all them things? Okay. These tools can help reduce errors, speed up processes, and improve quality. But she want to sit on there with she pen and paper. The world moving on. I just asking if that is what she does do. But technology is on its own is ineffective. It is how we as professionals integrate and adapt these tools that will determine every success that is achieved, Quashie detailed. The shift, she said, requires the accountants embrace innovative thinking. For example, consider how firms leverage prediction analytics to help clients and navigate uncertainty. Rather than just reporting on past performance, we can now forecast future trends and make data-driven recommendations to shape strategic decisions, she said. Quashie stressed that leadership in accounting is about serving the greater good and ensuring the integrity of the profession is upheld and that the accountants are leading by example. Is Jaiwanti leading by example? I'm just asking a question. The credibility of the profession and the standards which it issues is crucially dependent on society recognizing the profession should and does act in the wider public interest. It was a conference. The Jayanti Ramdas act in the interest of the wider public? I'm just asking. Well, let me continue, Papa. I comment to them union just now. Wait, Dorothy. What I want to play here. This is Dr. Rowley speaking again about not floating the dollar or not devaluing the dollar. That's the word, devaluing.
We have noticed a deliberate attempt in recent times to put pressure on the government to devalue the currency. Let me save them from wasting their time today. There will be no devaluation of the currency. Because, Madam Speaker, the pressure on the government to devalue the currency is coming from people who have foreign exchange largely, using their attempt in the country to make this an issue, ignoring the fact that any devaluation could only result in increased costs across the board, Madam Speaker. Of course, it will make those with foreign exchange wealthier because they will get more Trinidad and Tobago dollars. So to try to pressure the government to devalue the currency, we must be the only country in the world where people are demanding to devalue the currency and decrease their wealth from those who have to pay it. This is special interest pressure, and the government will not bow to it.
This happened, right?
Oh gosh, Dave. All entitled the same tired scriptures give earlier. And who catching all it, Dave? The UNC slave catchers ain't catching all it too. If I catch a slave, I pay them. UNC catches slave too. Because right now, down in the Superior Borough Corporation, after Victor Roberts, walk all over Trinidad with coffin dragging for camera and all kind of thing you do. They didn't even put him in a seat to fight an election. They didn't even put him to fight for councillor. That was a older man today. That one who does look like Bayram, in my opinion, Mongrel, saying that he's a non-entity. That is a Negro they catch. That's a Negro they catch. So UNC catching Negroes too. When the one that go up the step, they'll go to get roti. And they're running down and back and I'll break. All them as Negroes they catching too. So if you want to say I catching Negroes, but at least I catching Negroes, and when they finish, they become Africans. If they come in as Negroes, by the time they leave, they are Africans, black and proud. When the UNC catch them as Negroes, you know what they say about them behind their back? The remaining so. So allow me now. That chopper talking go work. Yes, I catching Negroes to educate the Negroes. Based on what you're saying, that when they finish, they're going to be Africans. They're going to know their history, they're going to understand the word and be black and proud. Say it loud. I'm black and proud. So let me catch them. Don't let UNC catch all you. Because they'll remain NI with the 2 G's and then the E and the R. So live with Negroes because we will become Africans. Or the NI, 2 G's, ER, they go or they go stay in UNC. So let me go again. So let me go to the unions here. So I see WASA, and I may not doubt it if it's Leroy Batiste, who may have been behind it because WASA is his stomping ground. He feel that they feel that WASA owns PSA. So I don't know how I reach in this conversation with knock knock 2 knees there. I have a little knock knee, I small. This one who talking here knock knee, but a little fat. So that was say knock knock 2 knees there. So listen to this.
My name is Mark Saunders, the chairman of the PSA WASA section. We represent 2,700 workers. We and this section do not support any 4 or 5% offer because this means that this is a trick by the government to get us to accept a pay cut in no cola. We also believe that Oral Saunders and Jennifer Frederick do not speak for us workers. We believe that a back pay of $2,000 for the period 2013 to 2015 is disrespectful. We believe that the government's stance not to negotiate is a spit in the face of all public officials. We also say that unlike car pilots who receive a 3% yearly increment, our salaries are fixed and we do not want it hampered. This 2%, this 4% offer can do nothing for us as WASA employees. This 4% can do nothing for us as public service employees. Headline inflation has been 35%. We are calling on the government to address those issues. And Oral Saunders, you cannot speak for us. Thank
you. Right. So let me address Mr. Saunders. I don't know who this guy is. I never ever said anyway I represent WASA workers or I just talk for WASA workers. So we get that straight. But I still wanted to put in my name because what happened, I believe they have been seeing personnel from Northwest Regional Health Authority Sentence have been making videos and saying they want the 4%. And Oral Saunders is a nurse up there, so that is what they're talking about. Me never get nobody to make no video to say they want or they don't want. This Jennifer Frederick here has always been a free thinker, a free talker. I speak. I ain't say I represented nobody. As an ordinary PSA member, if people choose to listen, they listen. If they don't listen, it's up in what I've been saying one thing consistently. Nobody can say lying. So put in my name and all the choppiness, ain't bother me. 2, when you see they give a script to read, practice it first and know your subject matter you're talking about because you're talking about a choppiness, Mr. Saunders. 3, I never know PSA had 2,700 PSA members up there. Watson took his win with 1,002 or 1,003. How it reached 2,007? Well, then was a really overstaffed and truth. So your line body numbers, if they had not 2,700 PSA members up in Wassa. And I was always say, anytime you have to lie to make a point, it means to say you don't have a point at all. 3, I don't know what 2013 to 15 you're talking about, because the period under question is 2014 to 2019. But let me get to this now. I wonder if you know that Leroy Baptiste tell public officers, wait until 2025 after the general election, and then he go sign for the 4%. I wonder if all they know that. So if he could sign for it after the general election, why all now he can't sign for? Because he don't have no crystal ball to know how nobody voting? Or is it he's going around? Or is it that the 2007 Wassa workers, because remember, Leroy Baptiste and the General Council of the PSA and the Conference of Delegates of the PSA, them agreed that Leroy Baptiste and the executive is not to talk with the government in office now about wage negotiation and with the CPO. Then went and meet with the opposition party. So am I to believe the 2007 people, Wassa workers, who he said, that Saunders boys say they have, are they UNC members? Is it when all they go around, or they're going to talk to UNC workers? Is that how it's going now in PSA? I know PSA members are, whether they like PNM, they don't like PNM, they like UNC, they don't like UNC, they just vote, they don't vote, they PDP, they do. It's a wide range of people from different cultural background, socioeconomic background, religious background, social sexual orientation. It's vast because at the end of the day, PSA represents all the workers who are under its purview and paying the money. So now they're bringing it where this one is PNM and this one is UNC. That's how the union going on, because we know, I know the Leroy Baptiste is a UNC. So you're a UNC president. No, nothing wrong in liking a political party, but as the president of a union, you can show your hand who you like. Me, as an ordinary member, I don't want to sit down in front of CPO. I don't sit down to represent nobody. I could afford to say who I support because I'm an ordinary member. If I was an executive member or in the PN, in the UN, in the PSA, as a shop steward or whatever, I have nothing to say about who I support, because not now I go in PNM sports and putting on PNM jersey and all that. It ain't now. I decide to say who I support them because I'm not in no general council. I'm not representing no worker. As an ordinary member, I say whatever. But Leroy Baptiste is a UNC. He's the president of PSA. Or they have no problem with him, or they have a problem with me. Something wrong with all here. He has tell all here, he ain't not going to negotiate with the government in office. He waiting until the UNC come back in office, and not only waiting, he went and start and sit down and had conversations with them like if they're the CPO. Like if Kamla Prasad, the Cesar, could sign anything for we to get any money. That is union leader. But all in studying that, all up in their feelings. All up in all their feelings. Imagine this man went to a ministry with public officers with a political meeting and talking about 500 votes here, 500 votes here, and UNC. That's what was happening. And all comfortable with about all studying me, because I said I support the People's National Movement. I don't just pay $100 only month, and I just pay my money till the election come, so I could vote. So let me go back to our saying. So Leroy Baptiste has said he's not meeting with his government to deal with anything. So he's not meeting with the CPO. Nobody is saying nothing. But I want to tell all you nasty and stink Deadbeats is. Because he fool, in my opinion, WASA workers to make them feel he could have stopped the Minister of Public Utilities and the government from restructuring WASA. And the workers, they bought into that. He lost the case 2 times. And why I say he fooling people? Because if he's a serious labor person, he would know you can't stop the employer from restructuring the business if the show is more efficiency, more productive. You can't stop them. There's a retrenchment and benefit act to treat with that. You can't stop an employer from retrenching workers. So he take one set of money, he take dUNCe lawyers, because when the thing at time comes, they say, she lawyers and PS, she put everything in one. So PSA is now PSA dUNCe. Take dUNCe lawyers and went and lost. WASA is restructuring as we speak and since whenever. He went on my customs now. And a couple of people say, he said, Felicia Thomas say, the most incompetent first vice president I ever seen PSA. Not even that general secretary, she was good. All they reject 24%, and a small group, once it was 6 of them, custom officers said, yes. And then when they proceed to show now, groups, custom officers and whatever say, no, the people sitting down, them and take them not an all, but have people in the background still, the voice and the 6 or how much people ball, and yes, we reject 24% playing like if all of them say they reject 24%, lying again. But I want to tell custom officers and BIR workers, they ain't want to take by saying that ship sail already. What PSA is supposed to be telling all when they come to meet with all you is if all they want to go across in the new entity, TTR, because they'll carry that to Privy Council too, and they lost that. That is a done deal. The Privy Council said that it is not unconstitutional, the way the constitution is, to the government to form a TTRA. So the Revenue Authority is there. Deadbeats says, stop it. He used Miss Dore, whoever she named, and everybody all feel it. He can't stop that. What he's supposed to be doing as a responsible, not a political president of PSA, a responsible president of PSA, is talk to the workers of BIR and custom and all that. Ask them who wants to go across. Who wants to go across, make sure that they go across with the terms and conditions not less favorable than they enjoy right now. Who want to take visa, make sure they get the best package ever. And who want to go into the wider public service, that there's spaces and vacancies for them to go and is in position either on par with what they're working now or if they have qualification to go further. That is what a responsible union leader is supposed to be doing. And not only that, making sure that the PSA, under whatever authority, whether TTRA or not, that PSA gets the and retain the RME status for those workers. That is what a responsible president is supposed to be telling all you. Not telling all you no foolishness, but reject the 4%. Because I'll tell you something. Teachers have professionals in it. Teachers don't play, they don't stick. Them take the 4%. And them going back in front of the CPO now with a proposal for 2022. Police welfare, them take the 4%. Prisons, take the 4%. Army, take the 4%. Amalgamated, take the 4%. And the agricultural something union, they take the 4%. is like a drip of water in a bucket. You can't stop that. So Roxanne is here, so let me continue. As I was saying, I have to use my cell phone. So don't worry, I will get the PNM song, don't worry. We're playing that. Just give me a minute, we go get that. So, as I was saying, a responsible union wouldn't be self-fooling the members right now to be telling them about they're not taking the 4%. That ship done sail. And I'll say again, Leroy Baptiste have to take blame for that. Because Leroy Baptiste was Drew consultant in PSA for them period at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Excuse me, until he became, Drew bring him through the back door to put here as president of PSA. Drew responsible for he being there, and he used to be there with Drew all the time. Why didn't he and Drew, he say he's the best deal maker? This red, stupid looking, tatterhead, friggin' dirty stinker. I had to call him all them things because he's not a nice individual. This Baptiste is not nice. I hear he hate me. Baptiste, I don't want you to like me. You ain't nobody I want to like me. Hate your blasted self. It's yourself you can't take. It's not the issue. If you're doing the right thing, you got love in your heart for people, but you know you're wicked and you stink. So yes, I vile. I must be vile for you because me no close pin for all you. So I must be vile. If I was a close pin, I would have been nice. But I ain't that. So as I was saying, the situation that public officers find themselves in with today, the still in 2013 salary, put some blame, a lot of blame on Leroy Baptiste. That same stinking Leroy Baptiste who come in to talk with people. And Watson Solomon Drew. Because when instead of us to be meeting with the CPO to deal with people negotiation, they was busy getting themselves into politics. Drew became the minority leader in the THA as an independent candidate in 2016. And by 2017, he formed his own PDP party. That was the time that was take up doing, they didn't have time to go and sit down in front of the CPO to negotiate properly. And when they do come, they come in late. When they come, they're sitting down and talking a pack of stupidness about living wage, when we don't negotiate in living wage. So it's them have it so because they always have a political thing in the mind. Because if it is settled in the political party, they could use that as a political tool to say the government wicked and all that. Who more wicked than Leroy Baptiste? Nobody vote for Leroy Baptiste and he sit down there eating and drinking up PSA members' money. And going up and down like if he's so educated and so this and that. He ain't no friggin' body. Leroy Baptiste ain't nobody. But don't worry to have a God when I tell all them and all they say all they start to drag and suffer so it's for the things all they do people and the tears they fall, they cry and fall and all you. So you're going along and fooling customer at the ball, no they ain't taking it 4%. When it's all they create a problem. Who gain more than 4%? All they had no data, all they going for the CPO, all they had nothing. I used to go negotiation, all they had nothing. All they had no argument, no evidence, nothing. All Drew Bolin, we on living wage, a cleaner in the public service, why they can't get as much money as a cleaner in TSCT? The CPO say, well, you know nothing. Where you want the CPO to say? Yeah, they could get it, but if it just again it. And once I choppiness you and Leroy Baptiste doing all the time till we reach where we reach. Leroy Baptiste went in the virtual presentation that the Minister of Finance would have invited unions to, I think, virtually sometime in either 20 or 21, whatever. When the CPO lump all the years together, and he sat on there like a dummy and agreed that his unions had to tell them and tell the CPO, no, it's 3 years. 3 years, not no 6 years in one. 14, 16, and 17, 19. He sat down right there and he said nothing. But he says a dUNCe. He's one of them educated dUNCe in labor. He knows nothing about labor. We so again I'm saying, he lying and fooling workers to make them feel like they're more than 4%. You cannot. So you tell me all them other unions who hire all the technocrats, all the experts. So all of them stupid and you alone bright? All the thing for yourself now, but you can't get no more than 4%. And if you're gonna get more than 4%, we went to court and take section 22(1) of the Civil Service Act, not to complain about the 4%, you know, but to let the court find out whether or not, when they interpret section 22(1) of the Civil Service Act, whether or not the special tribunal has the authority to make a period and fund it for 5 years. I don't know if people don't understand that. Bowling, he win. The only thing that happened, the special tribunal was saying 4% for 10 years. And when they go to court and look at it, the only period before the special tribunal, I don't know how they heard in that. The only period before the special tribunal was the period 14, 16. So all the court simply say you could only deal with the first 5 years, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That when the Roberts come out and telling people you win. But you still have to go back in front of the blasted special tribunal for 1 5-year period. So now that 1 5-year period become for 2%. So wait till he win. And if he's so sure he win, how come he ain't gone back in front of the special tribunal to this day? He come out, oh, I win, and the win, and PSA win. UNC lawyers win for the PSA and all that. How come he ain't going back in front of the special tribunal? If I did win, I going back there with a vengeance because I win. All it taking all that chain up and still saying a man could get more than 4% for it. All is still taking that chain up. And if Leroy Baptiste were to go back in front of the special tribunal for that first 5 years, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever conclusion come at that, he now had to go back in front of the CPO because they can't negotiate for 1 year. Remember, it's 14 to 19. So every first 5 years, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And that is all the special tribunal dealing with. What about the period 17, 18, 19? You still have that. Because that becomes a 5-year period again. If you end up back in front of the special. So it's an ongoing, that whole country going endlessly and it will never have an end. And on top of that now, you went and you're meeting with the opposition leader and telling workers a pack of shit that the opposition leader said she will give you 10% and she say it on Hansard and then she come out and say it in the public. So it means to say we could hold she to she would. Really? What going on with SWWTU? And not Annie said saying they signed some memorandum of agreement with Stephen Cadiz when he was the Minister of Labour for some 12% for port workers. And what happened? How they still marching? Why Annie said didn't take that to court? It had a 4-year limitation, which you could have taken to court to challenge it to say, well, look, the past Minister of Labour offer we, and all are we signing for 12%, whatever. Why you never take it to court? And was that ever registered in the industrial court that it become legal? Because memorandum of agreement is not a legal document. Was the CPO just sitting down when the Minister of Labour and SWWTU and the executive come up with that 12%? Was the CPO there? So I tell you, I not vexed with my worker for marching, you know. What I'll be upset about is the leaders who fooling these members who marching, who genuinely marching because they feel aggrieved, and the union leaders who using them and had them out there marching and lying to them, making them feel they could get what they can't get. When them is the one who would have been inefficient, them is the one who would have been tardy, them is the one who would not have done the job with due diligence, and them is the one who have in this position. Not the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance doing the work, the CPO doing the work, the union failed to do the work, PSA failed to do the work. That is why we are where we are. But stand up for your rights as a worker, I don't have a problem. But also know the regulations. So when you stand up for your rights, you don't get yourself in problems, as I tell earlier. Sugar welfare workers follow Juke. When Juke was shutting down all kind of ministry all over health and safety, them didn't follow the OSHA Act. They didn't do the things they had to do, them walk off the work. They wasn't working. And welfare, sugar welfare, take them to court, and that was a payback. Sugar welfare for the 3 months. You think PSA and Juke helped them? No, they didn't. Them same poor workers who had whatever legitimate cause, but they didn't follow regulation, them had to go and pay the employer back for being off the work. And who you going to blame for that? The government? You going to blame the union for that? For not advising the members that if you have a health and safety issue and you don't have a safety officer on the compound, that what you do, you write, you inform management, and you write to OSHA, explaining the situation. And within 72 hours or 24, something to that effect, they're going to send an officer from OSHA to see what is the issue. If you have a health and safety officer, you go to the health and safety officer, let them know, and in 24 hours, they are going to investigate to see whether or not the issues that you have is really true. If all that fail, you write to OSHA. You talk about Section 15, refusal to work. And if it's a place you could go and sit down somewhere safe, because you complain about a building is safe, if there's a safe building you could sit down in, you go to work. Stay in the safe place, because that's not where your workplace now, for 4 hours if you could, whatever, and you sign in health and safety, and you're leaving every day. If it's nowhere in the compound safe for you, well, then there are other avenues. OSHA will get involved in that, and they look at transferring it to another department, or whatever the case may be. You can't just walk off the work just because it's a health and safety issue. Yes, it is. But you can't just walk off without any documentation. If it is injurious to your life and limb, you ain't waiting for documentation. You're getting out of it, and then you respond in kind. But you can't just walk off with people walking up and down and balling, walking because health and safety issue. Everything have a procedure and a process. So that's why I'm telling workers, protest and all, okay, but make sure when anything hit the fan, that all well covered and a union leader in sell all the out. So Anisette have port workers marching and talking about 12% and all kind of thing, but ask Anisette whether or not the 12% he talking about that was signed off on in a memorandum of an agreement, if that is a legal document. Ask him, port workers, I want to later ask him if that was ever registered in the industrial code, so that becomes legal. Ask him if the CPO was there when they was signing that with the Minister of Labor, because then it will not be called a memorandum of agreement, it will be called a collective agreement, because that is what is registered at the industrial. Ask him them questions, and ask him also if he just deflecting from his case, his criminal sexual case in America. And as for Leroy Batista saying again, ask Leroy Batista what is his role from 2014 to now in the PSA. Ask him as consultant for Watson Solomon Juke and the PSA, what has he ever done? Have they ever closed any deal? Ask him if he wasn't helping Watson Juke to get into active politics instead of seeing about PSA members matter. Ask him those questions. Leroy Batista is fronting because Leroy Batista is about himself. He is a UNC. I could come to that conclusion from what I've seen, and I've always said it is alleged that he was offered some type of ministerial role in the UNC. So he right now is about getting himself into office, and he promising, I'm sure, or I'm almost sure, or I'm alleging, those are the talking about WASA workers, that he could be a minister when he's Minister of Labor. He could do this and do that. And I understand it are two fractions in WASA. Who does loyal to Juke and who is Batiste loyal. But I understand it is alleged they don't like how he treat Juke. Because it's Juke who bring him into the PSA. And the way how he treat you, they're not pleased about that. So they may not united from the stand about talking about 2007. They don't have no 2,700 PSA members in NOWASA. Because if it's that they have, then it means they're really overstaffed in truth. Because Juke used to be winning, but about 100, 1,002, 1,003, or 1,004 anywhere around there. Never know 2,700, nothing. So I'm telling people again, because some workers, all they could live on dreams if all they want, because it's sounding good I'm glad for you. If a man could just stand up and tell all that, then all they could get fool easy. Because they're bright and all that. When I see all their uniform, all their head just be up and stepping. All they don't make joke, all they don't look down at people like we, so, you know, all they head up. I watch all I say, oh God, I'm looking good in the uniform, whatever it is. Don't let a man come with a nice talk and fool all their body. All they too bright for that in custom and in beer. All they doing with numbers and things. All they making that man con all they. As for WASA workers, WASA a custom having a type of culture, me ain't getting in that. I don't talk on behalf of WASA workers, but what I'll tell them, but Leroy Baptiste continue to fool them. And whatever power all they feel he have, he ain't have no power. All they go see how powerless Leroy Baptiste go come. It have a God, you know. Watson Solomon Juke was the big, mighty, powerful. He was the power man. He was the man. Where Juke today? Where's Juke today? If I tell all, look now, where's Juke today? Juke could hardly make it on his salary. You didn't see the other, he fighting to get pension. I mean, he even reached the age for pension, he wanted a blind on his pension. Imagine Juke fighting to get pension, he's $15,000, $14,000. What happened like Juke? You have no money? What happened, Juke? You use all your money and fall on them? And they eat out your money, everything, and nobody handling it? Or you put Baptiste there asking in PSA, and it was a handler scene asking a question, and the handler scene didn't come out. So you like the cheese all alone? That's what I'm telling you. You see how Juke come? Don't worry yourself. The Baptiste will get just one worse. Because the upholder is worse than the thief. And he was upholding Watson Solomon Juke. Again, I'm saying, I can't play certain videos right now because of the fact I'm on my phone. But today is Friday. We go play with music. Let me see if I can get the music up. All it now easy, you know. Like they intend to already shutting on my live now. It is what it is. And that tells me that what I'm saying is the truth. Yes, no, let me get it. It's the truth. So I saying again to the, where's the boy name? That Sanders boy, knock, 2 knees there. Leave my name out of his stupidness. You want to talk about Oral Sanders, me know that your family, that your business. Leave my name out of his stupidness because what you're saying ain't making sense. And I hate to see people get chained up. I don't like to see people get chained up. You of us, I don't like to see people get chained up. And they getting chained up. You are but is training you bad. Because what you're saying they don't make no sense. What you're saying makes no sense. And to custom and exactly follow man, that dirty, stupid looking man to fool all them. All they want to be fooled. We're not getting no more than no 4%. We have an opportunity to go and sit in front of the CPO for the period 2020, 21, and 22. Well, we don't have the opportunity because we matters in the court. But other unions, when they go there, the Minister of Finance put a 5% on the table, which is his right to do under the Constitution. If they're saying how he put cap, let me tell you how they're fooling people. If they want to say the minister put a cap on negotiation by putting a 5%, why they ask they didn't take him to court for judicial review? Why didn't take him to court for the court to say he can't do it? Think about it. Why didn't take him to court? You know why they can't take him to court? Because in the Civil Service Act, it said that the minister from time to time can make a recommendation for the enumeration of public officers based on XYZ, XYZ. He could do that. He never said it not having negotiation. He didn't stop negotiations. He instructed the permanent secretary to the CPO to start a meet with unions for the negotiation process to start. When you go in front of the CPO and you ain't have your information, your evidence and thing to get more than 5% in this round for your members. Who you go blame again? The government? Or if you allow it to go to our next 6 years and our next 9 years or not, who you go blame? The government? You have to go with the A game on. I always feel, and this is me again saying, and I talking from experience because that is why I went to study. Half of them who want to give me talk and all that, they never went Cipriani and study nothing. I went there for 2 years full-time and 10 weeks full-time while I was getting my salary. So when I talk, me and talking because I feel to talk. If they could put 5% on the table, it means to say they could go a little higher than that. Because there's a bargaining. They put something there, let me see how go play. You have to play the game. You have to know how to negotiate as an art. Negotiation is an art, you know. It's a tactic and a technique, you know. You could get that to move up. And that's why you want to move up, because when you go in there, you have a figure in mind. You might have in your mind 15%. But in that 15%, it's realistic. You know, you could probably reach about a 10 or 8. But you don't go in there and say, oh, 8. Go at 15. They ain't go jump in one time and say, they offer me 8%. Because I was sending a signal that, well, you could get about 20. They start at 5. You go in with your figure in your head, and while they go up, it go down, it go up, it go down, it go up, whatever. This time around, make sure we get cola the way it's supposed to go. Because they say this time, we go get that. That's all they have to go there and do. But all they want to argue for them years are done gone. That makes no sense, them years gone. Inflation rate, any money I get, it's not gelling up because that money greatly devalued and depreciated. So you have to look for now. So I just telling people, thanks, Rebecca. I just telling people at the end of the day, I have nothing against no worker who want to match for the interests, the rights, and the benefits. That's your right. But make sure the people who lead in you, they lead in you astray. And right now, Roger and he said, it would have been Lambert, but thank God daily rated officers vote your ass out. But he's leading WASA workers astray and leading custom workers astray. But not, you know the sad part about it? When he talking his shit and telling people all kind of thing about wait till next year after elections to and then he was signed for the 4%. Let me tell all how this man wicked and bad. It's not only public officers, civil servants alone who is a part of the bargaining unit of PSA. Here who the people are affected. If people didn't know. CDA, that is the Shagarama's development. We call them Shagarama's development something. I can't remember if it's corporation they call them or what. The CDA. That's a bargaining unit that PSA does negotiate for the terms and conditions of employment, coming out of that for salaries and benefits and all that. Blind Welfare Association. That is also a negotiating unit of the PSA. We negotiate for the salaries, terms and conditions. MIC. PSA negotiates for MIC, that metal industry, something. I think it's another name they have now. For the terms and conditions of employment. ADB, the Agricultural Development Bank. That is another group of workers that PSA negotiates for the terms and conditions of employment. So all they don't feel is just public officers alone. So all these different bargaining units sitting down or on National Insurance Board, NIB. That's another bargaining unit that PSA negotiates on behalf on for the terms and conditions of employment. So you see how nasty the Robertis is. So when people think it's just the public officers and customer next, I know it have other workers who are so affected. And because he is saying he's not signing until after the next general election 2025. And everything you will sign for 4%. So all these people have to suffer. And all they want to tell me, or they have a problem with me and what I say. Let the Robertis tell you. All the things I say in here, I want to let us see him and ask him. If the things I saying is a lie, he could never say that. And if you'll find out what about the Prime Minister, if it's the salary of the Prime Minister you're talking about, the Prime Minister's salary is not his salary alone. The Salary Review Commission has under its remit and purview 235 government entities. In them 235 government entities, the Parliament and the Senate is one of them, and other areas is 900 senior public officers. So when they go to look at increasing salaries, it's not Dr. Rowley's salary. It's any prime minister, any opposition leader, all members of parliament, all senators. Then you go down Auditor General Office, the Senior Auditor General Office. You go down into finance, the budget department, the senior officers there. You go across in Coast Guard, senior officers there. You go across in Custom and Excise, senior officers there. You go across in Ombudsman Office, senior officers there. And it goes on and on, 900 of them. So it's nothing to do with the Prime Minister. And on top of that, Kamala Persad-Bissessar is highly paid more than Dr. Keith Crosser-Rowley and every other politician in the parliament. And whatever increase they get or don't increase, she's salary is still bigger than all of them on. She's the highest paid politician in this country. So all only stick on Dr. Rowley, $1 million. It's not about him. The Salary Reviews Commission is the authority that was given the authority under the Constitution to deal with those high-profile jobs. That has nothing to do with the public service and the way the unions negotiate for us. Like two different streams of work you're talking about. So when you're talking about the Prime Minister and the salary, what? Other Prime Ministers in the Caribbean get more money than this Prime Minister. So what's the problem? But all they feel alone is just them. So all they have a daughter who is a senior officer in one of them entities that under the purview of the SRC. Or your daughter or your son is a permanent secretary, a deputy permanent secretary. They study hard, they work hard, they bright all that. You wouldn't want them to get increase? The person who asked me about Dr. Rowley, you wouldn't want them to get increase? All they go study is the Prime Minister. You wouldn't want your child to get an increase as 900 workers, senior public officers in Trinidad and Tobago, and the THA also, failure all of them, who the SRC does look at and make recommendations to increase salaries. And it's a recommendation. It has to go to Parliament. It's not a done deal. But I will tell you this, if by chance the government decide they're voting on it, to get the increase, the recommended increase, I am almost certain the UNC will abstain from voting because they know it could pass without them voting. And when they voted on however, you know they go, well, we didn't vote for that, you know. It's a wicked PNM vote for that, whatever, but you know they go take the money. So anyhow you take it, whether the government agree or don't agree, they will benefit anyway. But they will keep their hand clean by saying they didn't vote for it. Because the government have the majority that it could pass. So let me be real about this thing, so people. Sorry, go take a rest, old fowl. Yeah, tell your woman to do that. Because when you look at she does look like the old fowl. So you're projecting how you feel about your woman on me. Don't project it on me, darling. Tell your woman to go and take a rest because she's an old fowl. And guess she fed settle probably a nice little weave on or some kind of thing, right? Mervyn, go tell she that. And you, Ranger, you go and tell your wife to go and take cooking course to bake for you because she can't cook. And that way there's a problem with she. And you see the drinking, that way you just go and meet Meru and Kamla and them and all are always one. So you go and tell your wife to try and make a bake until she stop making it hard. So tell she, don't put just oil in it alone. She has to get nice butter and she has to cookie and thing and knead it. She can have a heavy hand. So because you're accustomed eating old bake and hard bake, and all it have for you home to drink is rum or beer rum, you're coming to project how you feel on me. What's wrong with all that, boy? So people, as I say, let me see all who here. Joel, Brian, Nadia, Elias, Marva, Janet, Marilyn, Beverly, Lynette, Angela, Anne-Marie, Diane, Jenny, Joyce, Winston, Roslyn, Brian, Christopher, Cheryl, Kenneth, Michael, Shirley, Robert, Nadia, Marva, Pamela, Petal, Wayne, Katian, Delano, Joycelyn, Alex, Maria, Michelle, Anton, Charles, Emmeline, Melvin, and Sarah and Robert. The thing about it is this. All I had the worst of people who doing the live and having a voice and saying something. If you don't like what I'll be saying, Mervyn and whoever, all they open all their own live and go and cuss PNM and Dr. Raleigh whole day. I don't know why all they don't do that. All they prefer to come on somebody live and start to get people talk, and all they know they can't take talk. I could take talk, because I'm comfortable in my skin, But all they know they can't take talk. All they always want to tell people how they're looking. And when all they look at the woman all they have, or even look at all themselves, all in a blasted mess. But always want to tell people how they're looking old foul. Okay, is that old foul, and so what? I don't sleep by you. You don't breathe in my face. Today's Friday, so a little back and I'll before I go. You don't breathe in my face. It's my husband had to tell me that. It had nothing to you. Study who you have, and half all who be insulting people. All they don't have nothing. I remember it have a man, it have a woman looking to ting. All kind of thing he telling the woman, ting and ting. Like I said, she couldn't take it. She come out and say, when they coming by me in the night for brush, you ain't no ugly, whatever. Well, the place went mad. And that the kind of man always calling woman all kind of thing. And if you see the woman always want to go up in the crotch, you're shame. So you come in my life to insult me? You can insult me, boy. You can insult me. Right? Go look at yourself and look at the woman who that you're with, if you have a woman at all. And deal with what you have. If you are comfortable with the woman you have because she looking like an old fowl, don't come wrong me. My man love me dress so. You hear what I'm lady love? I say, my man. I can put up my finger and I'm going to show you my finger. But my man. Look my finger here. Show me your finger. So, as I said, if your wife is nobody never asked you, see how mouth open to jump out? Anybody tell you your wife is a thief? Your wife is thief hour. Just so you just jump in the talk boy, your wife no thief. Anybody tell you your wife no thief? Melvin, boy, go and rest yourself and relax yourself. Fellow people like you on this Friday. Go and say a little prayer and ask God to clean your thoughts and let's, open your aura so when people see you that, nice things will come around you and stop your ugliness and shoppiness and your aura, the aura you're giving off. Anybody come thing, you don't like what I'm saying, just come off my life. You get on like if I invite you. You come in my life and give me talk. And I give you back talk and you tell me about your wife no thief. Mervyn, I tell your wife no thief. I say your wife must be an old fowl. Because you're talking about old fowl, so you must know about old fowl. So people, enjoy your weekend. Let me show them my finger again. Let me see if I can get my man, show me your finger. Mervyn, look at it. Show me your finger. My man, show me your finger. All yeah. Have a blessed weekend. Yes, darling, looking for attention, so I'll give them a little attention. They love it, eh? They love the little ball up and thing, They just miss it and they just want it. Like people tell them, I just ball them up and love them up. Marvin, at the end of the day, darlings, I love it. Don't get tired. People, I'm sorry I had to put the live in 2 parts, but they jump in the live now. They go do what we have to do. One thing I don't do in the face of my God is lie on people. I don't have a reputation for that. You may not like what I'm saying, but I don't lie on people, and I will say it again. But it's a stinking, dirty, nasty dog. Tell him I say so. Tell him I don't want he to like me. Me ain't no clothespin. Felicia and them must see clothespin. Or we must see let's deal with this clothespin. Me ain't no clothespin. All this does make woman body squinch up in a ball when they see all just all they looking. The aura. Ugh. Nasty man. Nasty, dirty, stinking man, Leroy. But it's I say so. So when you have a meeting, call my name every time. I hear when you have a meeting, he stop in the meeting talk about Jennifer Frederick. A vile woman. Yes, I blasted vile because you know why? Well, they can walk over me. I must be vile. Because I answer need to suit. Answer me back now. Go on radio and say I lying about you nasty dirtiness, you stinking dog. I say so, liberties, and I tell you that for what you're doing to workers, fooling workers who seriously want representation. I can't ever say anything good about you. Workers in the public service want proper representation because they're going through stress at the workplace. And what you doing, fooling people and saying no nice and eating nice? With this next one, she belly big walking all over the place. Why you ain't go on maternity and relax yourself? Eh? You're like a blasted zombie. You're pandong behind the roboties. You have to do it bidding. Damn imps. People, love you all. See you all on Monday. God's welcome something for something new. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. And let me hope for the best. If I start the live and a thing, just know I'm going on the next device. Just join me back, right? I love all you. I love all you. But Samuel Roxana, take that alone. Must see where yours does look like, what your wife must see does Riviera call she will fall. This is how it must see does look. But I have a man and a man, and I hope you have a man and a man and a man. And it's a woman you have. I'll go on, I love all you. So I will show you my finger again. Show me your finger. Show you. I have a man. That's what I have. I don't swing like that. But seeing that you bring it up, you must see the swing. So you just know, you just have to talk and all this. What is do with that finger? You're your man or your man. Your man or my man, I just take it and push it right up my nose. Miss Frederick, I so empathize with your cause. Also, Dominic Pastor. Darling, thank you so much. But you know what, at the end of the day, I'm not lying on nobody. I bring in the truth. Who want to hear, who don't want to hear? When the Mark bus 2025 and all they going to do choppiness, you can't say all they didn't know. You can't say I didn't know. So Mervyn, I just take the finger and push it up my nose. All have a blessed one, I'll go on. But my man, show me your finger. I love all you. See all you on Monday, God's Day. It was just a little bacchanal because, oh God, I didn't have my music to play and so I just make a little fun. But everything I said before was serious. Public officers and all other officers, those who are part of the bargaining unit of the PSA, mind all their business. Leroy Baptiste is a politician. He's a UNC. He's not interested in settling anything. He said after the next election, 2025, he will settle for the 5%, the 4%. And he have blind welfare workers waiting, CDA workers waiting, Agricultural Development Bank workers waiting, MIC workers waiting, National Insurance Board workers waiting, civil servants waiting, and the same master he had them waiting. All them units and them, because he refused to sit with the CPO to do our negotiation. He said he meeting with Kamala. What kind of man is he? That alone tell you that he ain't no kind of man. Because all the things we have been saying about Kamala for services and he's still willing to go there. He's not a kind of man. But he say no man. Them is man, a cool man. So all you, I love all you. See you all. See you all. All them Mervyn telling on himself no. Mervyn like he's a pedophile. Mervyn say like young girl. Mervyn, I hope you don't like little children. Mervyn, you're singing right, you know. Melvin, you're not singing right now. Melvin say like young girls. Melvin, I hope you're not a pedophile. You're talking, you know. Your boy, your wife, no thief. So your wife is a thief? No, you're saying it like young girl. Mervyn or Melvin, you're talking on yourself, eh? But go love yourself, eh? The best love is self-love. See you all, Nadia, everybody, Michelle, everybody. Love you all. Just another extension of the thing. But I'm very, very serious with what is happening with PSA and its members and all the bargaining units that Leroy Baptiste is just playing them for a fool. Leroy Baptiste is just biding time. He not business. So people 2025, all you use all your fingers, show them the finger. 2025. And make sure they vote resounding for the People's National Movement. Don't get the UNC no chance to come back in office because people like Leroy Baptiste all they will be saddled with. People like Leroy Baptiste all they will be saddled with. So people, I love you all. Blessed weekend, everybody. I'm going.